This ring, it's the greatest weapon in the universe.
Welcome back, DC fans. You know what's hilarious to me? When the first Lanterns teaser dropped, the entire internet lost its mind. And it wasn't because it was bad or boring. It was because it wasn't green enough. Like, what the hell? DC saw this response and decided to drop another teaser on May 18th. And in my opinion, the green is definitely there. But many fans just took a look at the teaser and said, yeah, I guess it's cool, and then looked away. But I really feel you might give it another try, especially if you're a Green Lantern fan, because the second teaser is actually full of secret details, such as character details, DCU setup, and even subtle comic book Easter eggs that can completely change how you see this show. So without any further ado, let's start talking about the 10 things you most definitely missed in the Lanterns teaser 2. Hal Jordan's dollar bill moment is not a joke, it's a character test. The scene where Hal tells Jon about the powers and responsibilities of being a Green Lantern, and then immediately uses his powers to counterfeit money, is obviously an amazing throwaway gag, because that's exactly how Hal Jordan is in the comics. But this moment holds something that's way deeper than you think. If you take a closer look, especially at Jon's face, although the joke was hilarious, Jon didn't even smirk. It's because the entire time Jon's actually observing Hal. As far as the teasers have allowed us to understand, the entire dynamic of this show is based on Jon being personally selected by the founders of the Corps, as he could be a potential replacement for Hal Jordan. The thing to note here is that because Jon's not directly selected by the ring in the normal way, Hal becomes the emotional gatekeeper of the role, even if the Guardians are the ones who technically made the decision. And I guess the process has already begun, because this counterfeit money moment was also a test, kind of asking Jon, how do you respond when your hero's nothing like you imagined? Hal does not wear the suit on Earth, and that is deliberate. Sharp-eyed viewers like me will have noticed that every single time we've seen Hal Jordan in his iconic suit, it's only when he's in space, while he only wears civilian clothes when he's seen on Earth. This is because Chris Mundy, aka the showrunner, has already confirmed that this approach was intentional, because he wanted to make sure that he followed the show's grounded, true detective-style tone, where the Green Lanterns are actually intergalactic cops who are undercover trying to investigate a shooting that they believe has been caused by something alien in Rushville, Nebraska. Hence, the suit is only reserved for moments where things happen off-planet or go completely out of control. It's quite interesting to see the show take this approach, because it actually allows us to understand the Corps even better, and how the members would actually operate as undercover cops, instead of just showing up everywhere wearing spandex in the teaser. Sinestro's behind bars, and we only see his back. In the teaser trailer, there's a blink and you'll miss it shot of Hal visiting someone, an incarcerated figure, and let me tell you guys, this man is none other than Ulrich Thompson's Sinestro. And the only reason his back is shown is not just some artistic accident. Chris Mundy's a smart man, and he is purposefully not making it clear if Sinestro is this season's main villain or not. Instead, he's using Sinestro to explain his idea of a coaching tree. As we already know, Sinestro is the one who trained Hal Jordan, and now Hal Jordan is sort of training Jon Stewart. So the question now is not whether Sinestro will turn evil or not. Like, come on, we all know where that road eventually goes. The main question that arises is, what did Hal Jordan learn and take from Sinestro? Was that good or evil? And of course, is he passing all of it to Jon without even realizing what he's doing? I swear the answer to this is going to be super exciting. Guy Gardner is visiting someone in prison on Earth. One of the most exciting parts about the second teaser was the short clip of Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner. Like, I genuinely didn't think they would put him in the teaser itself, but there's something different about this scene. If you take a closer look, the real question that arises after seeing this scene is, where exactly is he? Now, if we follow the storyline according to the newest Superman movie, Guy Gardner is probably visiting someone on Earth itself, because we know one thing we can be sure about is that this scene was not in space. According to what we know so far, Guy Gardner was already appointed to Earth's sector before the events of Superman, but that doesn't mean he came before Hal and Jon in the Corps. It means his place in the 2026 side of the story could be very important, especially because the show's already playing with the idea of multiple Earth Lanterns operating in the same area. Hence, the real question that arises now is, does his existence in the story have any significance to the plot? And if it does, is the person he's visiting in the teaser someone related to the Rushville shooting case? The two timelines mean you're watching two mysteries at once. This one hit quietly in their interviews around the teaser. If you hadn't realized, Lanterns is not based on a single present event. According to the teasers and interviews, the first season is going to be set between the years 2016, which will dwell more on the shooting that occurred in Rushville, Nebraska, and the year 2026. Why the 2016 storyline is so important is that Hal clearly thinks that the Rushville shooting is directly connected to something alien, so the case is definitely going to be worth investigating. Whereas, on the other hand, in 2026, a second mystery is going to unfold that Monday has described as something we know is down the road for us. Two timelines, two different mysteries. Both are eventually going to come together and converge to reveal one big picture. The way they've promised to set this entire show up is definitely difficult, but if they manage to pull it off, it may just redeem the entire Green Lantern Corps' reputation in the cinematic universe. The "Are you afraid?" line is the show's entire philosophy in 3 words. As we all know, the Green Lanterns get their power from will, and yellow is famously tied to fear in Green Lantern mythology. And I'm not saying this because the Green Lanterns and Yellow Lanterns are enemies. I'm saying this because fear and willpower have always been at the heart of Green Lantern storytelling. The ring is powered by will, which means fear is not something a Lantern simply deletes from his body. It's something he has to overpower. So when the teaser actually dropped the "Are you afraid?" line, it wasn't just a cool line. It could possibly be hinting at something far greater. Now hear me out. We all know that Green Lantern rings usually choose people with extraordinary willpower, but Jon was not chosen by the ring in the normal way in this version. Jon's never really gone through the ultimate test in the traditional sense. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see if Jon actually overcomes his fear and becomes worthy of getting the ring himself. Jon watched Hal on TV as a kid. In the teaser, there's a clear and brief flashback of Jon watching one of Hal Jordan's interviews on television. The scene itself might not look like much to the casual show watcher, but comic book fans will know that this moment is secretly enormous. This scene makes it clear that not only did Jon know about Hal and the Green Lantern Corps, but it also means that he may have idolized Hal while growing up. The way Jon has been shown after he is grown up can be best summarized as being defiant. And this defiance of his is not just from ambition. This defiance stems from the experience and bitterness of finding out that the hero you once looked up to was not at all what you thought he was. Every single scene where Jon goes against Hal, it's not really Jon doing it. It's Jon's idea of Hal going up against the real Hal Jordan. The dynamic between these two Lanterns is something every fan has been looking forward to for years, and we finally may have the chance to see it being portrayed correctly. Laura Linney's mystery role may be bigger than anyone is saying. Laura Linney is an amazing actor, and she's definitely in my top 10 best actresses of all time. So seeing her appear in this teaser is absolutely amazing. The best part about her role is that we still don't know who she'll be playing in the show. An actress as big as her is expected to have a significant role in the series, and her scene where she's sitting with Jon and tells him to go and get it actually makes it seem like she might be a positive character who's designed to push Jon towards joining the Green Lantern Corps. Now, to be clear, this next part's not confirmed yet, but based on the teaser, the interviews, and the way the show is setting up Hal and Jon, these theories make a lot of sense. According to the rumors, there are 2 very plausible roles that Laura Linney could be playing in this show. Number 1, she could be playing Carol Ferris, who's famously known as Hal's longtime love interest. So she could be the perfect bridge between the 2 different worlds Hal and Jon live in, metaphorically, of course. And the number 2 theory actually suggests that Laura could possibly be a guardian of the universe in human form. If you don't know, the Guardians are actually the ancient aliens who founded the Corps, and they tend to have really manipulative tendencies, especially towards the Green Lanterns, to fulfill their own agenda. And this would explain why, suddenly, a mysterious figure with possibly a very high level of authority is encouraging Jon to step up. Either way, it's clear that most probably her role is going to be a major one. The "everyone is lying to us" line is the show's real thesis. While watching the trailer, it's quite easy to miss under all the action, but Jon has a specific line where he says, "Everybody is lying to us," and Hal fires back, stating that, "You're not leaving here until we find out what they're hiding. Dangerous part of the job. You need to be fearless." This short but brief exchange between the hero of today and the hero of tomorrow is quite literally the essence of the entire series. Lanterns is not just some superhero show like Smallville. It's actually a conspiracy thriller where the main characters slowly learns what it truly means to possess one of the strongest weapons in all of the universe. The shooting in Rushville is obviously an important piece of the story that will surely connect a lot of dots, especially between the two ongoing timelines. But something much larger is going on under all of this, and the fact that Hal freaking Jordan, the one Green Lantern known to be hilarious, a veteran, is asking Jon to stay quiet until they figure out what's going on, kinda tells us that Hal already knows that the cover-up is probably done by someone super high, maybe even core level high. This is DCU setup, but it's subtle. The last thing that we'll be talking about in our video is how this teaser has perfectly set up the DCU in motion in such a subtle way that many may not even notice it. This teaser has officially confirmed that Lanterns is directly and deeply connected to the larger DCU, but at the same time, it's doing it ever so subtly, just to be careful. As we know, the Superman movie, which features Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, actually occurs between the years 2016 and 2026, and by the 2026 side of the story, Jon may no longer be the same rookie we meet in the 2016 timeline. This means that his dynamic with David Cornsweet's Superman in Man of Tomorrow, which is already filming in Atlanta by the way, might actually be very different from what the fans expect it to be. Like many adaptations, this one might not be a rookie hero meeting Superman for the very first time. Instead, it could be the meeting between two of Earth's mightiest heroes working together, or maybe against each other, to maintain peace in their own way. And trust me, that is a conversation that deserves its own separate video altogether. Here you have it. These were the 10 things hiding in plain sight in the Lanterns teaser 2. To be honest, I really didn't expect DC to be able to cram so many small yet crucial details into a less than 2-minute trailer, while also keeping us in the dark about the entire premise and not giving away too much. But man, am I glad they did. Anyway, I can't wait for August 16th to come and sweep me off my feet, because you can bet I'm going to be binging that show before anything else. If you enjoyed this video, comment down below if you were able to spot these secrets the first time you watched this teaser. And while you're down there, make sure to hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell icon so you never miss another update from us. Until we meet again in our next video, stay fearless and hope your ring never flickers. And remember, Lanterns, stay marvelous.